Hi, I'm Swarupa Sail, course instructor for Geotechnical Engineering 1. In this presentation, we will go through what is modified Proctor test and the difference between standard Proctor test and modified Proctor test. In early days, compaction achieved in field was very less as lighter equipments were being used. With the use of heavier transport, like for example, trucks, rollers, and military aircraft, higher compaction became a necessity in the field. Hence, standard Proctor test was to be modified. Modified compaction test was developed to give higher standard of compaction in order to support heavier load during World War II by the US Army Corps of Engineering to better represent the compaction required for airfield to support heavy aircraft. Modified Proctor test is conducted as per IS 2720 Part 8 1983. The objective of this test is to find the relationship between dry density and moisture content in the form of compaction curve. With the help of compaction curve, we will be able to find out the values of OMC and MDD. The apparatus involved in this test are mold and metal rammer of weight 4.9 kg. In standard Proctor test, rammer of 2.5 kg was used. This is the balance which is used to weigh the soil sample. These are the sieves of various size starting from 4.75 mm, 19 mm and 37.5 mm. This is the oven which is used to determine the water content of the soil sample. This is the straight edge for trimming the excess soil of the mold. These are the airtight containers which are used for determining the moisture content of the soil. These are the differences between standard Proctor test and modified Proctor test. The test procedure involved in conducting modified Proctor test is same as that of standard Proctor test, but there are certain differences between both of these tests. Standard Proctor test is known as light compaction test, whereas modified is known as heavy compaction test. The diameter of the mold in case of standard Proctor test is 100 mm and height of the mold is 127.3 mm, and this is same for even modified Proctor test. Volume of the mold used in both the test is 1000 centimeter cube. The diameter of the mold can be even 150 mm as per IS 10074 1982, in which the volume of the mold will be around 2250 centimeter cube. Hammer weight is 2.5 kg for standard and 4.9 kg for modified Proctor test. Height of fall is 30 centimeter or approximately 305 mm, and whereas for modified it is 45 centimeter or approximately 457 mm. Number of layers compacted in case of standard Proctor test is 3, whereas for modified it is 5. Number of blows given is 25 per layer in both the tests. Energy imparted per unit volume is 596 kJ per cubic meter, whereas for modified it is 2703 kilojoules per cubic meter. And the value of energy is calculated using formula weight of hammer into height of drop of hammer into number of blows per layer and number of layers which are used in the test. divided by volume of the mold. Weight of hammer is 2.5. Height of drop of hammer is 30 centimeter. Number of blows per layer is 25 and number of layers is 3 divided by volume of the mold, that is 1000 centimeter cube. If we substitute all these values, we will be able to find out energy imparted, that is the value of E. Now here we can see a graph of dry density versus water content. There are two compaction curves being drawn. The first one, which is shown in green color, is for the results of standard Proctor test, and the one which is shown in yellow color is for modified Proctor test. The values of MDD and OMC are represented for standard test, and also values of MDD and OMC are shown for modified Proctor test. From both of these graphs, we can observe that the dry density achieved is more compared to that of standard Proctor test. That means we can achieve greater density with the help of modified Proctor test. And the optimum moisture content is less compared to that of standard Proctor test. That means water content required in order to compact the soil is less compared to that of water content required for standard Proctor test. So that is what is the difference mentioned over here. MDD is less, OMC is more, whereas for modified Proctor test, MDD is more and OMC is less. This is what is the distribution of blows while compacting the soil sample in the mold. This is the first blow given, that is the position of the first blow. This is second, third and fourth one. Later on, the blows are overlapped in order to compact the soil in a uniform manner. This is what is the blow pattern for modified Proctor test. This is the position of first blow, second, third and fourth one, and at the center the fifth blow is given. Later on, sixth, seventh, eighth and ninth blows are given in order to achieve uniform compaction. With the results of the modified Proctor test, a graph of dry density and moisture content is drawn, and then the compaction curve will help us to determine the values of MDD, that is maximum dry density, and the corresponding value of MDD will give us the value of optimum moisture content. The total number of trials are 5, and for compacting coarse grained soil of up to 37.5 mm, a mold of 2250 centimeter cube is used. The weight of the sample used is 30 kg, passing through 37.5 mm ISC. The soil is compacted in 5 layers, and each layer is given a blow of 25 with the help of 4.9 kg hammer or rammer. It is very important to see to it that the water is mixed thoroughly in case of cohesive soils in order to avoid variation in the test results. The water has to be distributed evenly into the soil sample, and it has to be stored in a sealed container for a minimum period of about 60 hours before continuing with the test. It is even necessary to see to it that the volume of sample remains the same for all the trials, and that can be achieved by properly trimming off the soil in the mold after removing the collar. And the water added in each stage should be such that the range of moisture content is obtained, which includes optimum moisture content. That is, increment of 1 to 2% are suitable for sandy gravelly soil and 2 to 4% for cohesive soils. That means, for example, if for sandy soil the water content used for first trial, if it is 2%, for the next trial if the increment is 1%, then W2 will be 3%, and again with the increment of 1%, W3 will be 4%. And whereas for cohesive soil, if the water content for the first trial is 2%, and if we consider increment of 2%, then W2 will be 4, and again with the increment of 2%, W3 will be 6%. That means if, for example, I take W1 as 2%, directly I cannot take W2 as 10%. There should be gradual increase in the addition of water with increment of 2% for cohesive soils. To avoid stratification, all the layers have to be placed in such a manner that there should be proper mixing of the soil. That means after laying first layer, top of the first layer has to be scratched with spatula before laying second layer. Again, after laying second layer, the top of the layer has to be scratched before laying third one, and it has to be continued for all the layers in order to see to it that there is proper mixing of the soil laid in each layer. Thank you.